Okay, this lesson is going to be on dimensions and annotations. So these are the dimensions. We're going to talk about a regular linear dimension, a baseline dimension, and then a triple baseline dimension. And this is an example up here of the top of a triple baseline dimension. We'll get to that in a few minutes. We'll also talk about how to dimension from the center of windows, and then the distance that's in between here. We'll use the baseline dimension and continue dimension commands to make sure that the space is correct in between all of these dimensions. Then at the very end, we'll talk about putting our notes in, and these are called annotations. So dimension and annotating your drawing is very important, and it's really one of the last steps that we'll do. So you can see I have a floor plan here. We're going to start off and make sure that our dimension layer is current. So I'm going to click on dimension layer and click on make current. I'm going to go to my linear dimension, and I'm going to click on the corner, and I'm going to go to the center of the window, and this is the most important part. I'm going to click up, and I'm going to type in 24 inches. I want this dimension to be 24 inches away. Once I've created that dimension, underneath here where it says linear, actually I'll have to take that back. I'm going to go to the annotate command, and I'm going to use continue dimension. I click on continue, and it automatically keeps it at 24 inches. And I'm going to go to the center of this window. I'm going to go to the edge. And then as I look on the example drawing, I'm going to go to the edge of the fireplace. And my dimensions should be correct because you checked those right now. Continue dimension is a new command for you guys, but it allows you to continue to move on and keep everything at the same length and height away from the drawing. The next dimension I'm going to use is a baseline dimension. So click here on the down arrow and find baseline. And right now it's selecting from the wrong baseline. We need to select the next object, where we're coming from. So I'm going to hit the down arrow and hit select. And this is the baseline. And now it's going to automatically put that over the top. And the baseline dimension goes to the edge of the wall at 30 feet. And you'll notice that it wants to do another baseline dimension, and we're going to have that go to the edge of the fireplace at 33 feet. So there we did a linear dimension, we did a baseline dimension, and then we did another baseline dimension. Okay, on this end here, we're just going to come around the corner, back to linear dimension. This is going to start here, and we're going to come down, and it goes to the fireplace, and we're going to pull it out. How far are we going to pull it out? We're going to pull it out 12 inches from here. 12 inches because this is farther away from the building. Back to the continue dimension, which is underneath baseline. We're going to go here. We're going to go to the center of the window, then back to the edge, and we should be done. Hit enter to be done. All of those dimensions look okay. I just now realized that I needed to go 6 feet for the porch, so I'll click on continue dimension, and I'll go over here and I'll add that 6 foot. All right, let's just pretend that I did forget a dimension, okay? Or I did something wrong and I had to delete these and go move a wall. If I click on continue dimension, it doesn't know where to start from. And all you need to do is just select where you'd like to continue from, and I can continue there, and then I can go back and grab where I need to be. And as I'm double checking my drawing, these dimensions look to be the correct. All right, let's go ahead and do a linear dimension again. I'm going to start from the corner. I'm going to go to the midpoint. I'm going to pull it out 24 inches. Actually, these are going to be pulled out 12 inches. Check that. That's 24 inches. Go linear to the middle, 24 inches. Back to continue dimension, right to there. All right, here's a tough one. We got to go to the midpoint between 2 points. Shift right click, Grace Command in AutoCAD, the midpoint between here, and then back to the edge, and there we go. Your dimensions should be perfect. They really, they need to be perfect, and you can see these are coming out correct. Down here at the bottom, we're going to do a linear dimension, and we're going to go from the edge to the center. We can find the midpoint, to the midpoint, then back over to the edge. Oh, need the continue dimension. The mistake that I made was not pulling it down. We're only going to pull this down 12 inches because it's not a wall. So again, edge to the midpoint, down 12 inches. Back to continue dimension to the midpoint, and that is it. I now just realized that this is supposed to be 10'3", and this does not go to the midpoint. So here's an example of, I can take this and grab this grip and move it over, and now it's right to the edge. Hit the escape command and you're good. All right. And then we have just a couple more. You can do the rest of these on your own. Continue dimension, linear dimension. The next one is really, really simple. You're going to go ahead and annotate your text. We're going to go to the insert menu. Underneath insert, we're going to look for the room tag. It's going to be underneath R. Sliding down, looking for room tag. There it is. Click on the room tag and place it in the middle of the room, and a dialog box comes up. Here, you just answer the questions. What is this? The family room. What is the flooring type? It is hardwood. Okay. The rest of the information that you're filling in will come from the answer sheet, which is on page 9. And for family room, you're going to fill in 10 foot by 12, 110 square feet, tan and white. I'll just fill out a couple other things here real quick. Tan, white, and you won't see anything happen. This is called an attribute. You're going to do the same thing for the windows and the doors, and those are called window and door tags. Here is, we're looking for a door tag. Where the heck is it at? Here's a window tag. Take the window tag. It goes right aligned with the midpoint right there. Dialog box will come up. And again, you'll type in all the information that you see here from that schedule. All right, that should get you started. If you have any questions, come see me.